What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we have a very nice video for you guys if you want to buy the Ford Mustang EcoBoost. So without further ado, let's get into it. So should you buy a Ford Mustang EcoBoost? Well, the short answer is yes, and here's why. The Ford Mustang EcoBoost comes with a 2.3 liter inline-4 turbocharged engine that makes 310 horsepower and 320 pound-feet of torque, and it does 0 to 60 in 5.8 seconds. Now, I've owned this car for almost 3 years now, and I've done unimaginable things to it. And of course, this is my daily, so anywhere I go, she goes. And in 3 years of ownership, I have only faced one major issue, and that issue is oil leakage. Now, I don't know if this is something that's wrong with all the Ford Mustang EcoBoosts or it's just my car. I had a problem with the gasket. I kept changing the gasket and then it kept leaking, and then the engine cover got destroyed by all the oil. And only recently I had to change the spark plugs, the engine cover, and the gasket. And yeah, pretty much this is the only thing that when I first saw, I was very concerned, because this started happening around a year and a half ago. I remember my friend starting the car for me, and as I was approaching the car, I could see a little bit of smoke coming out, and that was the burning oil on the engine. But to me, this has been the biggest issue. But thankfully, this whole issue has been fixed ever since I changed all these very costly things. Now, I don't know if these things are costly where you live, but where I live, a car wash is costly, okay? So, but other than that, I have not seen much bad of this car. So let's talk about the good and the bad, and we'll start with the bad. And the first bad thing we're gonna talk about is body panels. Now, this car feels very, very plasticky, and body panels on this car cannot stand a punch. And by that I mean, if there's a chance for it to get scratched or dented, it will. So if you're a little inexperienced when it comes to driving, or you like to bump into things as you drive, this car is not great for you, because it will scratch and it will dent and it will leave marks to remind you of your mistakes. It consumes gas, fuel, or petrol, however you like to say it, like it's a Mustang GT. And with the gas prices right now, this is not something you want, but obviously this will all depend on your driving style. And over the years, there were days and weeks where I took it easy, or I was on the highway most of the time, and I never really noticed this car being good with fuel. Final bad thing about this car, it is the sound. Now, this car's stock sounds terrible, and there isn't much you can do about its stock. Of course, if you want to buy a full exhaust system and install it, the car will sound a lot better. So take a listen. This is my car, which is stock. And this is a Ford Mustang EcoBoost with a Roush catback. And now we finally talk about the good. The first good thing we will talk about is interior. Yes, it is no BMW or Mercedes, but when you get inside and see the sync screen and those little things and the gear selector, and then you see the steering wheel and you feel a little tingle, maybe I just really like my car, or maybe it's actually pretty nice. I don't know. Let me know down below. The second good thing we'll talk about is exterior. This car looks so good. I'd take it over any GTI or 86. It's just very masculine. Anyways, the car looks really, really good. And the third good thing we'll talk about is performance. Yes, performance. And yes, I know it is a 4-cylinder. And here's the good thing about this car. People always expect very little of it, and it always over-delivers. But here's the thing. It is not a 2-second car, but it's definitely very, very fun to drive and own. And here's a fun fact. You'll be beating GTIs, stock and stage 1 all day long. Now, rolling race or from a stop, you'll always beat them. And if you're a GTI boy, and I'm only saying this because I have a couple of GTI boys probably watching this video right now, they can't deny what I'm saying is facts, because it is a fact that I beat those couple of boys, stock and stage 1. The fourth good thing about this car is cruising. Now, you might find this a little weird, but actually this car is very, very nice to just cruise in, and it's very comfortable, and it's got a very nice sound system. Now, it's always really good for those medium road trips, something like an hour and a half, but right after that you're gonna need to get out of the car, because you'll start to really get annoyed. I mean, I'm guessing any car, if you're in it for over an hour and a half, you start to get really annoyed, and then your bottom is kind of numb, and you just want to stand up and just get out of the car if you're a normal human being. So guys, a quick summary. I really, really love this car, and I'm very sad that I'm gonna have to let it go soon. I think it's very durable and reliable. Even though I've been reviewing C63s and R8s recently, this car's performance still manages to put a smile on my face. So if you want one of those cars, I really advise you to go for it, and you won't regret it at all. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you aren't subscribed, make sure you do. And if I didn't answer any of your questions, comment down below. If we get enough questions, we'll make another video out of it. If it's just a simple question, I'll answer it straight away for you, and I'll see you guys in the next video.